I never imagined the woman I trusted most in this world would one day feel like a stranger sitting across from another man. My name is Daniel, 38 years old, a small business owner from Chicago. I've been married to Claire for 9 years. We built a quiet, steady life together. The kind of life that doesn't make headlines, but feels right. I thought that was enough. Looking back, the distance didn't happen all at once. It began in small, subtle ways. The late nights at work, the new phone habits, the half smiles that never reached her eyes. She started attending team dinners more often, always saying it was mandatory. I wanted to believe her. That's the problem with love. It teaches you to ignore warning signs when your heart isn't ready for the truth. Last Friday, she said she was meeting colleagues at a new downtown restaurant. Something in her voice, too casual, too practiced, made me hesitate. I told her to have fun, kissed her cheek, and watched her drive off, but a hollow ache in my chest told me not to let it go. This time, I sat in the car for a few minutes, trying to convince myself I was imagining things. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe I was just tired. But eventually I started the car and drove. Not fast, not angry, just propelled by a quiet, empty curiosity. If she was telling the truth, I'd apologize later. If not, I needed to witness it myself. When I reached the restaurant, I parked a few spaces away and waited. 10 minutes passed. Then I saw her hair. Curled, red dress I hadn't seen in years, the one she wore when she wanted to feel beautiful. She wasn't alone. A man in a tailored navy suit held the door for her. She laughed. That soft, familiar laugh that used to belong to me. I didn't rush in. I didn't make a scene. I just watched. My hands clenched the steering wheel, but my face stayed calm. It wasn't shock. It was confirmation. Every missed call, every distant hug, every "I'm just tired tonight." It all clicked. They sat by the window close enough to see their gestures. He leaned forward, touching her wrist while he spoke. She didn't pull away. She smiled in a way she hadn't in months. I realized I was witnessing a version of her I hadn't seen in years, bright, effortless, alive. Only now that light wasn't for me. After about 20 minutes, I drove home. I didn't wait for her. I didn't want to see what happened next. The drive was silent, filled only with the low hum of the road and the slow collapse of something I thought was unbreakable. I didn't cry. I didn't even feel anger, just a strange calm. The kind that settles when you finally stop fighting what's already lost. When she came home later, she smelled like the restaurant. Garlic, wine, perfume, and guilt. She looked surprised to see me awake. "Hey," she said softly, hanging her purse. "You're still up?" "Yeah," I replied. "How was dinner?" She smiled too quickly. "It was fine, just boring work stuff." I nodded. "Who was the man in the navy suit?" Her face went pale. The silence stretched like glass ready to shatter. She tried to speak, but the words stuck in her throat. "I didn't yell," I said quietly. "You could have told me the truth, Claire. Would have saved us both a lot of time." She started crying, muttering about being confused, needing attention, how it wasn't what it looked like. But betrayal is one of those things where, once you see it, no excuse shrinks it. I watched her unravel. Tears, trembling hands, stammer half-truths, but all I felt was distance. It was like I'd already stepped outside our marriage and was watching it collapse from the other side of the glass. "Daniel, please," she said, wiping her face. "It's not serious. He's just a coworker." I just needed to feel noticed again. I nodded slowly. So, you went to dinner with him? Just dinner in that red dress. The look she gave me said it all. Guilt, shame, and the dawning realization this wasn't going to end in forgiveness. I stood and walked toward the window. Outside, streetlights cast pale, orange halos on the pavement. For a moment, I thought about the years together. The first apartment, long drives, inside jokes that once made life lighter. All felt like scenes from a movie I'd already finished watching. She kept talking. Behind me, voice breaking between excuses. I didn't mean to hurt you. I felt invisible. You're always working, always tired. I didn't know how to reach you anymore. I turned. You don't fix loneliness by creating more of it, Claire. She collapsed onto the couch, face in her hands. I didn't comfort her. The old me would have patched every hole, believed love meant endurance. But something inside me had changed in that parking lot. I wasn't her savior anymore. I'm leaving. Tomorrow, I said quietly. Her head snapped up. What? No, Daniel, please. We can talk. There's nothing left to talk about. You made your choice when you met him. I'm just catching up. I went upstairs, packed a small bag, a few clothes, toothbrush, laptop. Nothing sentimental. The wedding photo on the nightstand stared back. I almost reached for it, then didn't. Some memories are better left in the past, untouched. That night, I slept on the couch, not out of need but to keep distance. The silence was heavy but honest. For the first time in months, it felt like truth had filled the room. At dawn, I wrote her a short note. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. I just know it isn't me anymore. I left before she woke. The air was cool, the city half asleep. I drove with no destination, just forward. Around noon, I stopped at a diner. Off the highway, the waitress, around my age, poured coffee and smiled sincerely. Rough morning, she asked. I chuckled softly. Something like that. She nodded, not pressing. A stranger's simple kindness. Funny how that felt more genuine than the last year of my marriage. I sat long, thinking how easy it is to lose yourself while holding on to someone else. Love isn't supposed to drain you. It's supposed to steady you. Claire and I stopped being partners when she needed attention more than honesty. By the time I drove away, I felt lighter. Not happy, but unburdened. Endings don't always come with fireworks or tears. Sometimes they arrive quietly between realization and release. I didn't block her number. I didn't post online. I just stopped showing up where I wasn't respected. That was enough. Weeks later, she sent a message. I made a mistake. Please, come home. I read it once, then deleted it. Some doors, once closed, shouldn't reopen. Because the night I caught her with that, man, something inside me ended too. Not just the marriage, but the part of me that accepted less than I deserved. Maybe that's the only true closure anyone gets, choosing peace over proof, freedom over forgiveness.